Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are taking a look right now at the second leg of the Triple Crown, the Preakness Stakes, and we are going to analyze this race with a great guest, horse racing analyst Marcus Hirsch, who comes to us from the iconic horse racing site, Daily Racing Form, drf.com. Marcus Hirsch, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure, Peter.
All right, this is interesting, right? American Pharoah. You know, we analyzed the Kentucky Derby together, and we kind of thought, you know, American Pharoah was the horse to beat. Had a big outside draw, but set the pace. Was on the lead for the entire race and was able to hang on, and just a very impressive performance. And so you got to figure here, in the Preakness Stakes with just an 8-horse field, a shorter race, the class is going to matter even more here. American Pharoah, is there any way American Pharoah doesn't win this race?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
I was against him in the Derby, not because I didn't think he could win at all, and not because I didn't respect him, but because I thought he was a shorter price favorite than he deserved to be based on accomplishment. And all credit to the horse. He's a fine horse. He ran, he got the job done. He won the race. I thought he had a really, really great trip in the race. His two main competitors, Firing Line and Dortmund, they kind of raced against each other a lot of the way while he sat right behind them. He was in the catbird seat, and he got an ideal run. He didn't win all that convincingly on the backstretch of the race. I actually didn't think he was going to get anything because he was being ridden along in a way I hadn't seen in his first two starts this year. I actually didn't think that he was especially impressive, compared to what he might have been. And for that reason, and the fact that he got a perfect trip, and most of all, the fact that he's going to be something like 3-5 in this race, he's a deserving favorite, but he's a favorite that I will stubbornly oppose again.
All right. Well, what about, Bob Baffert has had 3 Kentucky Derby winners that he took to the Preakness. Each time those horses won the Preakness.
That just drives the price even lower because that's a talking point that's going on right now, and it's obviously something to attend to. I mean, what it says is that he knows how to get a horse turned around in 2 weeks, which is a short time between starts in this day and age for a thoroughbred. These horses, American Pharoah and Dortmund, have not done much between starts. He hasn't given them a timed workout, and I think he's treated them pretty easily. I mean, I haven't seen anything here in Baltimore to suggest that American Pharoah doesn't look like he's doing okay, but he has not done much. He galloped today on Thursday. The historical record means something, but the past is the past in a way. It's a guide for what you might want to do now, but it's also in no way definitive, and I doubt that every Derby winner that Baffert in his career sends to the Preakness is actually going to win the first 2 legs of the Triple Crown, and this might be the year that trend ends.
Sure. And then what about, Bob Baffert was, not too happy about American Pharoah drawing the rail, and then Dortmund drew the 2-post. It's only an 8-horse field, but, still, the one hole does not traditionally do well in the Preakness Stakes. How much of a knock do you think that is on American Pharoah that he drew the 1 hole?
Well, listen, I mean, it's not as bad as post position can mean everything in certain kinds of races. This is not that kind of race where it means everything. But at the same time, I don't think it's meaningless at all. Tactically is where I think it's most important because, he's a horse that has plenty of speed, and they may want to use his speed on this draw in a way that he didn't have to in the Derby. As you mentioned, he was drawn way outside, where he could get kind of what you'd call a spying trip where the jockey spies what everybody else is doing. Doesn't have that luxury this time. I'm not saying that alone will get him beat, but in races at 1 mile and 3/16, the Preakness distance, I looked back to 1980 at post position stats, and post 1 is just 4 for 69 during that time. That doesn't account for the individual horses and the relative quality, but if you just look at all the posts, that you want to be more toward the middle of the pack. I don't think that the draw will necessarily kill his chances, but I think it's just one more impediment, one more thing that makes me a little bit eager to play against him.
All right, Marcus Hirsch, thanks for your thoughts on American Pharoah. Now let's move on to analyze the rest of the field.